It's November 6, 2025, and I'm driving down to J3 at the Gap in Jasper, Arkansas. This weekend is Whiskey Waypoints, hosted by Overland 870, who I just met at Rendezvous in the Ozarks. All the proceeds from this event are going to support the Battle Heart Foundation. But if I'm being honest with you, there's this other side to all of this. The closer I got to camp, the tighter my chest felt. My thoughts started spinning. What if I don't fit in? What if I'm just some outsider trying too hard? Part of me wanted to turn around, just hit the brakes, flip a U-turn and head home. That's the truth. I wish I could say that after 24 years as a police officer, I learned how to navigate this kind of thing. But I didn't, and I'm still learning. And every step into the unknown feels like its own battlefield. I don't know what this weekend holds, but I'm here, and that has to be enough for today. Then the crew started rolling in. I jumped in because I felt it was easier to work than to think. Nobody knew who I was, but that didn't seem to matter. They welcomed me, no questions asked, just open arms.
Are we gonna have
You have electrical tape, but no duct tape.
a line come through? No, all we're gonna do is we'll cook everything back here, and I got 2 tables, and we'll set it up. We'll carry it over there in a pan. We'll set it up. Everybody come by and get their stuff.
Much in there.
Do it, especially over that creek.
I gotta capture these colors. This is just beautiful. Wow. Hi, buddy. Charlie, this way. My dog loves to go towards water. He's already swam. I'm trying to dry him off. And when the work was finally done, we circled around the fire, and that's when the shift happened. I started listening, I started laughing, I started to let them know me, and maybe more importantly, I let myself be known.
Good morning. It was a great night last night. I drank too much, and I got a hangover this morning, but laying here in the tent, we've got a beautiful weather, and the wind isn't blowing like it was last night. It's pretty nice.
As the morning light came in, the crew started stirring, prepping for the attendees arriving today. I took a moment to step back and capture camp just the way it was.
Thank you for breakfast. No, thank you for your service.
No, you're fine.
All right, how'd you get involved with 870 crew?
So me and Brad were part of a Jeep club, and we decided nothing wrong with that, but we want to include more than just Jeeps.
Yep,
So we started Overland 870.
I like that.
Yeah. Oh, all right, you're good. Don't worry about it.
Riding up to the front gate and seeing all the volunteers in action was humbling. So many of the 870 crew were here, giving their time just to make sure everyone had a great weekend and that they could raise as much funds as possible for the Battleheart Foundation. They also offered a VIP option, about $75 more, and it included 3 meals a day. And honestly, after seeing what Brad and his wife were cooking, that would have been an easy yes for me. The food looked incredible. Thank you both for taking the time to try something new for this community.
Community.
Good energy for you.
Oh, yeah. Definitely does. So, he made this slide. Stores up. His wife did Velcro to keep bugs out. Pretty cool setup.
In these woods, long before roads and GPS, the people who lived here shaped young trees into guides. Bent low when they were saplings, they grew to point the way towards water, shelter, or safe passage. Not every bent tree is a marker, though. But when you see one at the entrance of a place like this, it makes you wonder who walked here before us and what paths they wanted others to find.
Hi, puppy. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Friday evening, the silent auction opened and people began placing their bids. There were some incredible items donated, and every dollar raised from this goes directly to the Battleheart Foundation.
We have Wi-Fi here.
Okay, I got to say.
Because I was gonna say, that's a little tough, man, 'cause I can't get shit up there. We have, there's free Wi-Fi. Okay, gotcha.
We're a little squeezed in, but hey, it's perfect.
I should also mention, another job the Overland 870 crew volunteered for was running the side-by-sides all weekend, shuttling us from camp to the event area. Those hills were no joke, so thank you for saving us all from the long walk. I want to tell you about someone I met out here. Her name is Jen, and she was here with her 10-year-old son Joshua. I watched her teach him how to set up camp, how to build a fire, how to be comfortable in the outdoors, and there was so much love in every moment. I don't know if there were other single moms out here on this weekend, but if there were, I want to honor them too, because of what I saw between Jen and her son Joshua reminded me of something I've been missing since my mom passed in June. Jen, I see you. Thank you for showing what love, patience, and presence looks like. To be honest, today was a lot. I pushed myself creatively in ways I haven't before, and I met so many genuinely good people. It was overwhelming in the best way. By 7 p.m., I climbed into my tent just to have some space. And I fell asleep about 8 p.m., listening to laughter outside my tent. Part of me wished I could have joined in. But today was still a win. I'm glad I didn't listen to the part of me that wanted to turn around. Let's see what tomorrow brings. The next morning, I woke up after one of the best night's sleep I've had in a while. And for the first time in months, the creative flow started to come back. So I got up and I tried to just capture a piece of what I was seeing out there.
Good morning, Vietnam.
How'd you sleep?
I slept great, man. Had a cigar around campfire last night, a couple drinks of bourbon with some good people,
Nice.
and went to bed, monitored some Boston butts all night long, getting ready for it.
Well, thank you for all your work.
Well, I appreciate it very much.
After the VIP breakfast was served, everyone started gathering around for a camp cooking class taught by Jesse with Feral Chick Outdoors. It was really great to see people coming together, learning new skills, and sharing stories over good food.
Good morning, I'm Jessie with Feral Chick Outdoors, and this morning I'm going to teach you guys how to make Hawaiian roll French toast. It's going to be amazing.
I'm not going to spoil it, but if you get the chance, head over to the Crayon Brotherhood or the Overland 870 podcast and watch the full cooking class. It's worth it. After that wrapped up, a group of Bronco owners asked if I wanted to join them on a trail ride. Of course I did. So I packed up, grabbed my gear, and we hit the trail.
Pick them up at the top. I should be number 7. It's full in this place. It'll be, we can hit the trail like we wanted to.
We stopped at this little hole-in-the-wall gas station, and while we were filling up, I realized a couple of the ladies that were with us were brand new to off-roading. Right away, everyone jumped in, helping them air down and talking them through what to expect. It was beautiful to watch people come together like that. I've lived a life where I wasn't around a lot of kindness like this, so when I see it, my soul lights up at what humanity's capable of when we just drop all of the BS.
Are you sure this is the one we're supposed to be on? You know, I don't think it is. To be honest with you. It's not. Dang yeah, because it was highlighted. Yeah, we were down the road another quarter mile, I think. Let's see if we can figure a way we can turn around down here.
Right after we got off the pavement and started down the trail, someone realized we were on the wrong route. But with this group, it was no big deal. Everyone just turned around and kept going. No frustration, no ego. Mistakes are acceptable out here. I guess they always have been, but for a long time I was too afraid to make them. In my old job, mistakes could cost lives, and that fear slowly bled into every other part of who I was, especially as the PTSD set in. I'm learning that it's okay to get it wrong sometimes, because sometimes getting it wrong just means you found a new path.
Alright, here's this rock bar. We'll pull down on this rock bar for just a second. Watch out, there's some motorcycles up here.
There's some more camping. There's a gal who's never even been off.
This is where I was going to get the pretty cool drone shot.
Yes, sir! Alright, we're gonna line up the rigs, but we came on this ride, and first time that one of the gals has been off-road, so it's been pretty cool.
We drink a lot of whiskey. We're having a charity bingo tonight, charity gambling tonight. So, you know. We're not doing the event, but we're going to drink a lot. Yeah.
Well, that's still participating.
Yeah, that's still participating. So.
I'm gonna put my drone up in a minute. Wow. This is gorgeous down here.
Stunning.
Have you been down here before?
I have not. This is our first one, so this is really beautiful. Husband's already marking it on his map.
Oh, yes. All right, here's some of the rigs.
I think I'm gonna try to go that flash and get back in time, but they had a flash to see this morning.
Yeah, I'm struggling with
What do you ladies think?
Love it. Awesome.
It is beautiful down here. I've been on the highway out here, but I've never stopped or come down this trail.
Cool.
And my gosh, this would be a
Beautiful.
You can fit so many rigs between this whole section right here.
Exactly.
We pulled into a rock face along the Piney River that was just off the trail that opened up to a large gravel beach. There were several rigs camped there when we arrived, so I respectfully stepped out, talked with them. They ended up being a group of good old boys from Texas who are part of the Texas Overlanding Coalition. And that night they were going to be camping with Matt and Clara McClellan from Ozark Overland Adventures. They were excited to meet everyone, and during our chat, one of them saw my F Cancer tattoo that was on my arm. It turned out that 3 of the 5 of them had their own stories with cancer. One guy's wife is still fighting. God bless her, and I genuinely wish her the best quality of life. After meeting some new friends and flying the drone, we set our sights on Bub's cabin. There's about 6 more coming.
Okay.
I love this rig. It is beautiful. And you've got a baby.
We do.
Have a good one.
Got any water up again? There is a drizzle, so when you get these big rocks up here, there's some freshly done gravel. If you get real close to the wall, you let the water, the trickle hit you. This is the infamous car wash fault, but usually it's coming down a little bit better.
Well, shoot, if
How
I'd have
was
known
that?
that was awesome.
We made our way to Bub's cabin, the old Spurgeon Warren homestead tucked deep in the Ozarks. Back in March, my friend John and I spent time here with Bub himself, and he walked us through the house and the stories that live inside. If you want to see that, it's on my channel. The video is called Toyo No Mo, Sidewall Carnage on the Ozark Trail.
Alright, coming up on Bud's Cap. We'll pull in here for a short stop for those that hadn't seen it before. And Bud's truck is here. He will be eager to greet you.
This time, I stayed outside and spent the morning really capturing the property. I've been here several times, but I don't think I've ever slowed down enough to appreciate how much work Bub has put into keeping this place alive. The cabin, the barn, even the old stone walls people say might be pre-Civil War. It's history you can feel. What I witnessed here today was the old and the new coming together. People have been coming to this place for years to pay their respects, to hear a man who's poured his life into making this homestead what it is. They come for the stories he tells, the relics he's collected, the history he's preserved because he's lived it. Bub is 93 now, and knowing that, all of us wanted to take a group photo with him, just to remember this day and to honor the man who's kept this place alive.
Bit of rock crawling.
Yeah, I wanted to go a different way.
This big water deal stay to your left. It's not as bad over here. Unless you want to test your snorkel out.
I'm good. I think I'll just follow right behind.
The sun is brutal with that dust. Jason, we're hitting 21. You want to stop there and air up? Yeah, probably so. If we're going to get back in time just before it gets dark, we need to start heading back. And I'll pull all the way forward on this little cutoff here and we'll air up real quick.
Hey Jennifer, pull up right behind my Blue Ranger. I'm gonna have you put your nose right up behind mine so I can air you up.
Anybody else need help getting aired up?
Once everyone was aired up, we jumped back on the highway so we could make it back by dinner time. Brad had been smoking pork butts all afternoon, and tonight was the silent auction and the raffle. We were all excited to come together for one cause, and to end the day surrounded by good people. Will you for me, please? Just put it on. Hey, I know you're uncomfortable, but you don't have to. Just do it. You know what? Nobody's gonna say anything to you. Okay? Will you try for me? So I can show your mama? Come on, buddy. You got it. Put it on. Yes! Yes!
There we go.
Yes! You look good in it, dude. You really look good in it. All right, Whiskey and Waypoints.
Saturday night. I did not bring any booze, and I never had to ask for booze. I had it all night. Leave it. No, sir. Everybody's getting back to camp now, but I'll be honest. This Overland 870, Brad has brought together an amazing community, and I wish for police officers and other first responders. I think fire does better than us, but I wish for cops that we could have a community like this where egos are aside. I've not met one negative person this weekend. No attitudes. Everybody is just here to have fun and support each other. So, Whiskey and Waypoints, I will return every year, and I've already called my wife this tonight and told her next year we have to make sure she's off work so she can be here. But if you're a veteran or a first responder, because they all really truly love first responders but realize we're so far behind them, if you're one of those, reach out. Overland 870, they're in Arkansas. They have people from all over the US that travel here to attend events. So, good night.
As I drive out of camp this morning, I'm realizing something I've been searching for since retiring. I've wandered all over the country looking for answers, meeting incredible people, making friends, and losing some, and trying to figure out where I belong. But out here in these Arkansas woods, surrounded by a group of people who are also trying to heal in their own ways, I felt something I haven't in years. A community. A different kind of service. Instead of wearing a uniform, we get into whatever can take us out into the forest, hoping to meet people who understand the weight we carry. I've been withdrawn for a long time, 3 years of feeling lost. But this weekend, this felt like the right trail, the beginning of something steady and real. Thank you for being here and for walking this healing trail with me. I hope you can find yours.